You see how Michelle is acting in this episode on this season? Ooh, she a nasty piece of work. Ooh, baby, I had to get up on this thing to let you know they acting a damn fool this season, honey. I'm sorry. Was it me? Was it me? I got my Steve Harvey hands. Was it me? Or did you want to crash out on Michelle this episode, honey? I just couldn't do it with her. I could not do it with pigtails in this episode. And I'm going to tell you another thing. Although I don't think there's some chemistry, at least Ikechi was honest. And I'm going to tell you what he said to Mimi that got me like about damn time. At least he ain't promoting the book, okay? Lord, I forgot to tell y'all who I am. I was like, in my mind, I was like, we gonna get into it. So let's get into it. But welcome to Pretty Real TV. I am your girl, Karla. Let's recap this thing. If you missed the episode, baby, another good one. Another good episode. I have told y'all, if you need to catch back up, you got to go to the playlist, okay? But you don't want to miss an episode. It is so good, so entertaining. Do I feel like they all gonna make it? Hell no. That's delusional thinking. But do I think this is entertaining season? Absolutely. Do I think at least one or two of the couples might make it? Absolutely. Okay. Now, if that's something you want to see, if you want to see me cut up, hit that subscribe, hit the like button. Let's rock. Okay. Let's start off this episode with the best looking couple, but they broke as hell, Juan and Karla. Okay. Karla asked, so we're living together. What are, what are our finances looking like? Like, basically, do we got money in the bank? Yeah, nah. Okay. This man said, okay, I'm gonna tell you up front. I said he ain't lied to her. He said, I'm gonna tell you up front. If you want to do a trip, you might have to go solo, Pookie. You might have to go solo, Pookie, because I ain't got it. He said my money is tied up. My money is tied up in investments, okay? And I'm gonna call pineapples a lot up in this bitch. So, I'm gonna let you know that I work in sales and I work a 9 to 5. I said, damn, I thought he was doing construction, but anywho, maybe he doing sales for a construction company. I'ma mind my business on that. But Juan says I do a 9 to 5. He said, but I also have a startup. I'm an entrepreneur. So I have a startup company and I got, $10K coming out. I got more money coming out than I got that I'm bringing in. So sometime I ain't got it. And I hope you got some on it. And she said, oh, so I'm an entrepreneur too. He was like, yeah, but I got investors I got to pay money towards, and I got marketing and things that I need to, I need to put money towards. And look, I just, I honestly, I'm here to tell you, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Karla says, I understand that, and I don't expect for you to do everything. Yeah, the fuck you do, but anywho, she says, I just want to be with a man who wants to take care of me. I said, see, your stupid, look, see, your ass is not listening, okay? Bitty bitty bamba, you're not listening. He just told you he ain't gonna be able to do the shit. And she said, all I want is a man who wants to take care of me. Wanting and needing are two different damn things. Damn, she wasn't listening. Even I heard him say without saying, I'm not going to be able to do all that for you. And sometimes you're going to have your damn self, because I ain't got you. I barely got me. Shit, you don't know if that man on ramen noodles. You don't know if he eating a bag of Skittles for lunch. Shit. But you want to be taken care of. You better curl some hair. Ain't she a damn hairdresser? Thomas and Camille. Come on, boo. I like them as a couple. I like them because they actually listen to each other, okay? And Thomas is coming off really mellow, really open and vulnerable. I'm enjoying it. Are you guys enjoying it? Granted, when we saw him at the wedding, I was like, shit, I don't think you ready. I don't see it for Thomas. I don't see it for Thomas to train. I don't see it for his legs, okay? But he coming around on me. Okay, he listens to her. Now, does he apply it? Time will tell will he apply it. But he is listening to her. He is vulnerable. He's open. I respect it. I love it. Okay. Thomas and Camille. Camille says, hey, I would like to know what your preferences are. You know, are you a take lead type of person? The reason she asks that is because in her day-to-day life, she leads. You know, she's I believe she's a manager or whatnot, and she leads people. And she said, you know, I don't want to come home and have to lead and take over in my marriage. I want to be able to be led and be comfortable with my leader. So she's asking him, you know, are you comfortable leading and taking charge? I know damn well he didn't steal Joe Clark from Fairy Side. By our side will stand. I know damn well he didn't steal Joe Clark from East Side High. Lean on me. I know he didn't steal his persona. Ketchup and Mimi. Okay. The shit that he asked her, the questions that he asked Mimi is so like, who the hell asks these type of questions? When was your first relationship? Who the fuck cares? Who cares? When was your first date? Do it look like I give a damn about her sneaking a boy on the phone or sneaking to the park after dark? We grown as hell around here. Do I care? High school. I said, you know you lying. You had a middle school boyfriend, probably elementary. We all did. Okay, there was always an Anthony or a Tony or some damn Jason who liked our asses. Okay, stop it. Now stop the shit. Okay, but Ikechi goes on to say his story about him being bounced from Houston and Atlanta. Okay, mama and daddy separated. At 16, his daddy said, Ninja, you got to get out of my house because it was a bad day. According to Ikechi, he don't know what he did. I said, oh, you know what the hell you did. It was a bad day for him, his daddy, and Ikechi said he was having a good day. So his daddy kicked him out at 16, and he bounced around from Big Brother's house to Mentor house. Okay, I got a problem with that damn story that you just made up on the spot. Because not even your wife, Mimi, knew that shit was the right story. Okay, I'm going to need you to stop making up stories and saying them out loud. First of all, that story didn't even sound right. First of all, you 16. Why didn't you call your damn mama and say, mama, this man done lost his damn mind. He had put me out the house. I know that's what the hell happened with me. When my daddy lost his damn mind, he hit me with a hanger, okay? I was like, let me call my mama because you had lost your damn mind. I called my mama. My mama was like, get on the bus. Don't catch no cab. Get on the bus. Okay, shout out to Destiny's Child. She was like, come get on this bus and come on to the house. You ain't gotta go back to your daddy's house because he had lost his mind. And when I get off work, I'm gonna have words with him. That's how that went. Not I'm jumping from Mentor house who was in college to this person's house to that person's house, and they all were pouring into me. Daddy never told my mama, oh, he ain't living here no more. Nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing. So Eachy just running around the streets with tortoiseshell glasses on, looking for help. Okay. All right. So then he says, because of that, I started teaching. And ain't no money at East Side High. But I said I was gonna go out like Joe Clark did. I was gonna, they used to call me crazy, now they call me Batman. All right. And he adopted the Joe Clark mentality. He goes into the school for these at-risk youth. He turns their lives around. He watch them graduate and shit. And then he pours into them. Okay. Eachy, you're not going to make me believe. You little ketchup looking ass man. You're not going to make me believe that story. Not at all. Okay. Just say You a sped teacher, okay? Just say you teach special education at your school. You deal with IEPs and dyslexia, okay? Stop that shit. So he starts crying to me. I can't believe I'm getting emotional. But says to her, if you're not getting emotional, I don't understand what's wrong with you. Mimi said, I have to work on my vulnerability. No, bitch, you don't believe the story like I do. Her ass don't believe it. But she goes on to say in her household and everything, you know, she had to mask her emotions and she needs to work on her vulnerability, and tells him, because he gonna force her to have emotion and cry and be vulnerable. You know, thank you for sharing and thank you for showing your emotions. I need to work on that, and I'm glad that I am married to someone like you, because you can help me in this area with vulnerability and showing my emotions. He can also show you how to act, because that was a damn scene he just gave you. David come bouncing in to the gym, him and Madison. And he like, yeah, I knew this is my new workout partner. Look at her shoulders. Look at her shoulders. She come in, she come marching in like she Gabby Douglas or some shit, some Simone Biles, her arms like this. She's like, you want to start on the treadmill? He was like, yeah, let's start off on the treadmill. And they on the treadmill. David's like, so, you know, tell me about yourself. I was, you know, we've been having issues. Here's Madison. Anything changed? Have you guys been opening up in your relationship? David says, no, you know, I was on and off of a 12-year relationship, and you know, she says she want me to take my time. She want me to, you know, give her some time and space, and I'm trying to do that, right? Madison goes on to talk about her last relationship. And then she says, you know, Alan's last relationship, oh my God, it was super toxic. Pause. Pause. Are you telling another couple your husband business without his permission? You sitting there on this treadmill walking and shit, talking to David about y'all personal business. The oversharing is crazy to me. So David goes on to reveal to Madison that he got his ex's name tatted on his chest. See, the problem is every time I give her a piece of me, she freaks out and loses interest. So I didn't want to share and overshare, because she already feel like I'm doing too damn much when I ain't doing shit at all. I'm just chilling with my ponytail and I'm washing my hair daily. That's all that's all the hell I'm doing. You know, you see my curls popping? You know, I'm using this Shea Moisture and shit. This is gonna be dry as hell. That's why I need to keep putting moisture in it. Y'all ain't heard it from me, but Shea Moisture is kind of drying. But anyway, that's just a little side note. Anyway, that's why his hair be dry at the end of every episode, because he using that damn Shea Moistures. Okay, I told you, you got to get with Taraji P. Henson's line or the Curls line. Okay. So we're on day 2 of this honeymoon, okay? And Michelle is bitching and complaining and running it down to her friend who's on the phone with her. She is saying, her friend is saying, you got to work at this. You know, you don't know each other. And she said, that's because you haven't tried. And I said, ding, friend understands her friend. Friend know her friend. Friend know her friend is a bitch, okay? She, from that phone call forward, Michelle got on my shit list. From that phone. Now, before then, I could understand her frustrations and her issues. Dude was in the basement, and that ain't cool, and the experts did her dirty, okay? Not only that, but she wanted somebody that looked like me or lighter, okay? I get your wants and what you find attractive, okay? But to be nasty to him, to be short, to not communicate with him, is you're doing too much, okay? And had he crashed out on your ass and took off and went off and showed his ass, you would now be, not only would you be fearful, because y'all will pull that card in a minute. Not only would you be fearful, but now it's, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe. I'm fearful, and he doesn't talk appropriately to me. Well, you ain't acting appropriately. Let me tell you. She on the phone. Her friend says, what is your issue? She admitted. She said, it's just his living situation and the lifestyle. I don't see the connection. I don't see how we can go and work on anything. I don't want to work on anything because I don't want to do this. And there it is. That's the truth. She got it in her mind. She don't want to work on anything because of that basement. And I'm thinking to myself, if you watch the show and you know the show you signed up for, we already know you're going to go to an apartment. So, okay, that further lets me know this ain't even about the basement anymore. This is not about living. You don't even want to live with this man. You don't find him attractive. Oh, yeah, and she admit that too. Give me a moment, because I'm going to tell you what she said. And Karla flipped their canoe over. Is that entertaining? Madison and Alan. Okay. Madison, I never realized how big her damn ears were. But bitch, you got some ears on you. They was out to here. I was like, shit, you make sure you do a tuck, bitch. You do a tuck, or you do a cover or something. Or you wear some big ass earrings like Beyonce, okay? Because them ears is large, okay? But she comes in the room and she was like, oh yeah, Alan, yeah, I met David, we went to work out, and I started looking sideways because I said, maybe David is who you need to be with. Because David looks like he's going to give you that aggression and that assertiveness that you're looking for. Because you basically told Alan, your own husband, when he asked me, what about me? What do you need? What did y'all talk about? She said, I was telling him, don't be a pushover. In your marriage, you can't be a pushover. And, Alan, I just think you need to be more assertive. I don't want you to be a pushover. He was like, okay. She's like, let me be honest with you. You care about what people think. You care too much about what people think. You're a caregiver. That's what she said. Big Dumbo head ass girl said, you're a caregiver. Oh, okay. He was like, okay. That's gonna work if your ass get into an accident or something and you need me to take care of you. But, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you say. Just saying. Going back to David and Michelle, they're back in the room. David comes back from his workout. He's like, hey, how's everything going? Like, just the energy that he's giving her is like, hey, you know what? I want to get to know more about you. At this point, she was on my shit list. David was actively trying to get to know who she was. He said, so listen, I'm not gonna walk on eggshells with you. I just want to get to know who you are. He said, your dating history. She was like, okay. He was like, can I ask you, do you have a good relationship with your parents and like dating history and all that? He said, these are things I would like to know. This girl says, why does it matter what my relationship is with my parents? It matters a whole lot, because it will tell me how the hell I got to deal with you. And if you got mommy and daddy issues, I need to know how to rock with you. Or we can't rock. He was like, my parents and I are close. You're aware of that. I just want to get to know who you are. What are your goals, your morals? What do you view your life as in family? Like, he was very honest. He was coming off very, like, he wanted her to be open. Because Madison just told him to ask her more open-ended questions, more serious questions, to really get to know her so that they can tap in together. She don't want to tap in. She don't know why. She's like, I don't even know why you're asking about my family. I don't want to tell you shit about me. Sure did say that. Ooh, she said that. Yup, sure did. Said, I don't want to tell you shit about me, basically. David said, well, I want to let you know, that in my past relationship, I was on and off again for 12 years. She didn't seem interested. She was sitting there like, okay. He was like, I got her name, her first name and middle name tattooed on my chest. He was like, you see it? And she was like, okay, so why did you do that? He was like, oh, to profess my love, to let her know, he was like, it was very spontaneous. I walked into a tattoo shop and was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get her name placed on me. She was living in LA at the time. I was in Chicago. It was just something crazy I did. In her confessional, she says, that is the dumbest shit I have ever heard someone do. Like, I would never, she said, I would never put anyone's name on me. And then she goes on to say, he says, but this is just something I can get covered up. If you want, why don't we make a date? I can go get a cover up or get another tattoo. I would love, for us to make a date of it. Now, maybe date was the wrong thing to say. Okay, I don't want to have a date with you where we covering up another bitch name. Okay, let's be clear. All right, but she gets in a confessional and says, that's not my idea of a date. Going to watch you get another woman's name covered up, that's just dumb. And yeah, like I would never do anything like that. So then he says, can I ask you a question? Like, are you physically attracted to me? Pause. This girl said, I'm having a hard time with that. That's when I would have crashed out on her goofy ass. He then says, well, you know what? I'm gonna go shower. She says, go for it. He says, okay, yeah, well, let me go find a shower and I'll be back. So he goes, he gets in the shower, he comes back. He's like, yeah, so he never addressed it. He never addressed the whole unattraction thing. He never goes back there. He says, you know what? Well, let's just build. Let's just keep going. I'm pretty sure, it's awkward, whatever. Let's just go. I would love to have lunch or maybe go sit by the pool and have lunch. He is trying his very best not to go off on her and to keep a good, like, you could tell he watched the show because no matter what she is saying, he is consistently going for it. He's like, I want to have lunch with you. And she says, no, I'm good here. He says, okay. He says, well, should I check back in an hour or two? She's like, no, I don't need you to check back in on me. When I'm ready, I'll talk to you. I don't need you to check back in. And the crazy part is, we see her laughing and joking with other couples. We see her interacting with other couples, but he can't get a conversation out of you that is productive. Crazy to me. And I was like, David, walk away. Thomas does explain his adoption story to her and how he found out, which is crazy to me, that he was adopted. His adopted mother made a post on social media saying, God bless me with God allowed me, or God blessed me to adopt 2 twin boys. And he was like, wait a minute, what'd she say? So he called his daddy. He was like, hey, Dad, am I adopted? Tell me the truth. And Daddy was like, yeah. Yeah, your mama didn't have to put that shit on Facebook. And I told her about putting all of our, our business on Facebook. But she put their business on Facebook. And that's how he found out that he and his twin brother were adopted. So Camille was like, wow. She said, my parents divorced. And I mean, their sharing stories is so, like I said, if you watch them, the way they talk, the way they listen, she shared her story about her parents' divorce and how she rarely speaks about it. But she acknowledged that she was grateful for his vulnerability. She complimented him on his honesty, and she said, thank you for sharing, and I hope that I'm able to, be more open to you as we go forward and share my thoughts. He said to her, you know what I like about you is that you're kind, that you come off as a very kind and thoughtful person. Damn it, I like me some Thomas. Thomas gets it. And she said, oh, thank you. He said, I just feel like you have that spirit about you, like you care. And I said, yes, Camille does care. All she's asking you to do is, when she at home, make it easy for her so that she can relax and go to her soft girl era, and you can step up and be the man that she knows you can be. That's it. I loved it. David got so frustrated talking to her. David is miserable. Michelle is miserable. And at this point, they can't talk, okay? This girl keeps saying she wants things to slow down and she doesn't need him checking on her, and that's not necessary. Okay, so then you need to stay single, because in a marriage, in a relationship, a man is going to check on you. If he cares, he's going to call you throughout your day and say, hey, checking on you. How's everything doing? If he's interested. I mean, I'm just saying. Like, he can't look like the Control album his whole damn marriage, can he? So you won't do nothing with him but sit in the room like Brandy? I don't understand. He got so frustrated, he got up and was like, can I go get a drink? I thought he was going to get an alcoholic drink. He said, can I get some water? And she was looking like, what's wrong with him? No, what's wrong with you? Towards the end of this episode, honey, Ikechi stopped playing the role as Donald Goins, he stopped playing the role. He is no longer being dishonest word. This man says, you know what? I just feel like Mimi, like you the homie. I'm getting homie vibes from you. She was like, homie vibes. I said, damn, he had put you in a friend zone already, which is what I told you. He don't want you. He don't want you, Mimi. Sis, he don't want you. You can smile. You know what he likes about you? Your accomplishments. He likes that you're a nurse practitioner. He likes the wealth that you bring, because he already told us he on a school salary, so he doesn't make much. He liked what the table looked like because you're sitting there. Will he be able to put some plates on the table? Very little. In all honesty, very little. All right, but his ass sits there and says, yeah, you the homie. I said, at least he's telling you the truth. You are a homie. He don't look at you in a sexual way. You look at him that way. You look at him and all his color frames that way. That he ain't got off Zillow. Okay? That's what you look at him as. Little Wayfair shopping ass man. That's what you look at him as. He don't look at you that way. And she was like, oh my God, homie, that's what you're thinking. He was like, I mean, I didn't mean it like that. It was just, I was feeling like the vibe was like, we have a real friendly, like, vibe. And at first I said what some of y'all might say, well, you gotta be friends in order to be, in a relationship. Yup. But if a man ever tell me you give me homie vibes, I know exactly where we stand. Nowhere but to go get some damn ice cream from Baskin Robbins. That's where we stand. But what killed me, y'all, I gonna say, well, you know what? Maybe I should say a different name for homie. I said, how about friend? That's what you just said to her. Y'all friends, okay? Y'all friends. All she saw was your little chest. She ain't seen nothing else, no other part to you. Y'all friends, okay? But what killed me at the end, y'all, and I'm gonna let you guys go. David was drunk in the dark by the pool, talking about some he outside by the pool with his drink. I said, are you drinking taco vodka? But anywho, or he probably had Tito's, but he was outside with his drink. He was wasted. And he said he probably gonna have another night of where he sleep on the couch because Michelle just ain't feeling him. And at this point, he gonna drink he gonna drink until he really don't give a shit about her or anything else. So, all right, guys, that was the episode of Married at First Sight. Listen, these couples, I'm telling you, it always go left or right on the honeymoon. And we are seeing some rights, but we are also seeing a whole dangerous few lefts. Okay, but guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you have. Thank you for liking the video if you found this content to be entertaining. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Until next week, I'll see you guys soon. This is Karla with a C, and I'll see you next week. Love you guys. Bye, Bookie.